The day my husband stood in front of everyone and defended me. Thought I had won. The rumors, the whispers, the accusations, all of it finally shutting down. He held my hand, looked the crowd in the eye, and said, "I trust my wife completely." And for a moment, I believed him. But what I didn't know was this. While he was defending me in public, his family was already preparing to destroy me in private. And when the truth came out, it didn't just break my marriage. It exposed everything I thought I had hidden. Before I tell you what happened next, let me ask you something. If your partner defended you in public, but secretly knew the truth, would that feel like loyalty or betrayal? Let me know in the comments. And if you love stories filled with secrets, betrayal, and shocking twists, make sure you subscribe to Broken Vows Stories. Because this story doesn't go where you think. My name is Vanessa, and 3 months ago, my life started falling apart. It began with rumors. First they were small, whispers at work, side conversations that stopped when I walked in. Then it spread, faster than I expected. People started talking about me, about an alleged affair. The name they kept bringing up was Daniel, colleague, someone I worked closely with, someone I had spent long hours with, late meetings, work trips, conversations that blurred the line between professional and personal. First I denied everything, 'cause technically, nothing had happened. But emotional lines are dangerous, because once you cross them, everything else becomes easier. The late messages became normal, the jokes became personal, and eventually, the distance between us disappeared. Through all of this, my husband Michael stayed calm. He didn't accuse me, didn't question me, didn't fight. Instead he stood by me. In public, when the rumors reached their peak, there was a meeting. People were talking, judging, waiting. And that's when Michael stepped forward. He held my hand and said, "My wife is not who you think she is." And just like that, the room shifted. People went quiet. And for the first time, I felt protected. But that night, something felt off. Michael didn't say much, didn't celebrate, didn't even look relieved. He just sat there, quiet, watching me, like he was waiting for something. The next day, his sister called me. Her voice was cold. "You really think he doesn't know?" she said. My stomach dropped. "Know what?" I asked. There was a pause. Then she said something that changed everything. "We've known for weeks." It wasn't just her. His mother, his brother, all of them. They had seen messages, photos, proof I thought I had hidden. And suddenly, I realized something terrifying. Michael wasn't defending me because he believed me. He was defending me because he was waiting. That night I walked into the house, and everyone was there. His family, sitting in silence. Michael stood in the middle of the room. Controlled. Then he said, "Tell them. There's a moment when lying becomes impossible, when silence becomes guilt." And in that moment, broke. I admitted everything. Not just the messages, not just the meetings, but the truth, the emotional affair, the intention, the betrayal. But what Michael said next was something I never expected. "I already knew," he said. "I just wanted you to say it." That's when I understood. The public defense was never for me. It was for him. To prove something. To confirm something. To everyone. Then his mother spoke. "You humiliated him," she said. "And now you expect to stay." Her words hit harder than anything else. Because they weren't angry. They were final. That night, I didn't just lose my marriage. I lost the illusion of control. 'Cause I thought I was managing everything. The lies, the secrets, the image. But the truth had already been waiting for me. He defended me in public, but in private, he made sure the truth had nowhere left to hide. The night my husband exposed me in front of his entire family, I thought that was the worst moment of my life. The silence, the judgment, the look in his eyes when I finally told the truth. I thought I had lost everything. But what I didn't know was this. That moment, that was just the beginning. Because while everyone thought I was finished, I was already planning what came next. And this time, I wasn't the one who was going to be caught off guard. The next morning, the house felt different. Cold. Me. Michael didn't shout. Didn't argue. He just moved through the house like I wasn't there. And somehow, that hurt more than anything. Because anger means there's still emotion. But silence means you're already gone. By the end of that week, packed my things. Not because he asked me to, but because I knew. There was nothing left to fix. But as I stood at the door ready to leave, Michael said something that stayed with me. I hope it was worth it. I didn't respond. Because at that moment, I didn't even know what it was anymore. For weeks I stayed quiet. No post, no explanations, no attempts to defend myself. And people assumed something. That I was ashamed, broken, finished. But what they didn't know was this. I wasn't rebuilding. I was recalculating. Because the more I thought about everything, the more something didn't sit right. Michael wasn't just calm. He was prepared. Too prepared. The way he gathered his family. The way he presented everything. The way he waited for me to confess. It didn't feel emotional. Felt strategic. So I started looking. Quietly. Carefully. And what I found changed everything. Michael had known about Daniel for weeks. But that wasn't the shocking part. The shocking part was this. He had been talking to someone else too. Messages. Hidden emails. Late-night calls. Different name. Different number. Same pattern. And suddenly, everything made sense. Michael didn't expose me because he was hurt. He exposed me because he wanted control. Because if I was the one who got caught, he would never have to answer for what he was doing. And in that moment, the story changed. This wasn't revenge. This was balance. I didn't confront him immediately. 'Cause now, I understood something important. Truth isn't powerful when it's emotional. It's powerful when it's timed. So I waited. Collected everything. Screenshots, records, proof. A few weeks later, Michael hosted a family gathering. The same people. The same room. The same energy. And this time, everyone expected one thing. Silence from me. But instead, I stood up, composed, and said, "Before we continue, I think there's something everyone should see." The room went quiet. Michael looked at me, confused, and for the first time, uncertain. I placed the evidence on the table. Messages, photos, and I watched as the room shifted. From judgment to shock, from certainty to doubt. Michael didn't speak. Because this time, he couldn't. The same silence he gave me was now his. And in that moment, I understood something clearly. This was never about right or wrong. It was about who controlled the narrative. I didn't stay. I didn't fight. I didn't argue. I just left. 'Cause sometimes, the real revenge isn't destruction. It's exposure. He thought he ended my story that night. But all he did was give me the perfect ending.